This is episode 391 of GI Joburg, and I have absolutely no idea what we're talking about. That's why I'm very thankful that I have Steve and Rob in the mix, and of course myself, Paul. How is everybody? How are you guys?
Doing so good. I'm so excited because Stephen has come up with a mystery topic. We're taking a little break after this, so we thought, Stephen, just surprise us. Just leave us on the edge of surprise and excitement, and boom, 391. What are we talking about, Stephen?
Rob, hold on. Before we get there, like you just said, we're taking a break. You're gonna freak people out. People are like, I'm sure their panties are in a bunch
It's a
already.
1 week break. It's 1 week.
Guys, it's a 1 week break. Rob and I have to be at Comic-Con. Oh no. We have to be at Comic-Con for work things.
Terrible thing.
So we won't be recording.
Awful. It'll be the worst, but I don't know. We just got to do it. But it's gonna be fun.
Because of that, we won't be able to record an episode for that weekend. But then we'll be back
because we don't plan ahead
with stories for the next one, and hopefully we'll have some videos and whatever's that we'll take. Anyway, Rob, you were saying you were gonna tell Stephen to do something.
Yes, Stephen, tell us, what are we talking about today?
391. Get strapped in for some fun. Boys. 1991 brought us the first series that was designed and launched in the 90s.
Whoa.
I think it's time we showed that series some love.
GI Joe
Is it
Extreme?
Not?
I think you're
No, not quite. We're not extreme just yet, but we are in the world of the Eco Warriors.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. So, jog your memories, boys. Take yourselves back. We're not talking about 1990 or 89. We're not talking about 92 or the Battle Core years. We're talking about that sweet spot where some had spring-loaded missile launchers, but most didn't. Some had finger flick technology weapons, and some didn't. Some had giant scorpions. Some had coyotes. Some had snowboards or jetpacks. Some had water squirting jets. No, that was the next year.
Good guns.
But we are gonna bring up. I think the best option for this to give us good spread is actually yojo.com still.
I love yojo.com. My favorite.
But while Rob, yeah, there we go. Ooh, it's up 1991, Series 10. I like the sound of that.
Series good year. So,
oh man,
good assortment. Just the base assortment, I think, is pretty decent. There's a nice spread of Joes and Cobras going on here, and they're trying new things as well. So we're not getting like repeats of some. Oh, okay, sorry. We're getting a lot of repeats, aren't we?
We are seeing old characters brought back. Grunt,
best
Lowlight,
Grunt,
Dusty, Hawk, Sci-Fi, Mercer, Snake Eyes. Is there a year where the mainline basic assortment has more legacy characters? I don't know. I don't know if anything tops 1991 in that regard. Like, there are more callback characters than there are brand new characters.
True.
I mean, like, is a Crimson God Immortal a Crimson God? Because if that's the case,
basically,
then the Battle Android Trooper is a Battle Android Trooper. The only new characters are Big Ben, Captain Krimov, aka Red Star, Tracker, the most unseal-looking seal you've ever sealed, Heavy Duty, the Desert Scorpion, which is a new specialty for Cobra as of 1991, and the Incinerators. I mean, how did it take Cobra this long to put the most insidious like weapon of handheld man-portable weapon into its arsenal?
Especially when Joe's been using it for years.
Yeah,
they've been burning up Cobras forever.
Since like year 3 of GI Joe, they've had Blowtorch, and that gave rise to a second Flame Trooper in the form of Charbroil. So Joe had plenty violations of the modern day Geneva Conventions before Cobra got a man on the board. So that's a newbie. Another newbie would be, I think that's it. Oh my goodness.
But we've certainly gone international this year. I mean, as you pointed out, we have Big Ben, we have Red Star. Children are allowed to join the team now too. right there.
He does have a baby face. Oh yeah. But he's perhaps a very young man, and they wanted to posit him as such. Maybe that's why he's got such a juvenile look to his costume, because
Could
it's
be.
like he's the new hip kid on the block who's able to somehow outsmart Snake Eyes and Spirit. This guy's file card reads like some giant hyperbole. He's like, yeah,
Wild, man.
I was tasked with tracking down the two slipperiest GI Joe agents, and managed to do it without breaking a sweat. What a badass!
Yeah. Less than 12 hours. Pretty remarkable feat, considering that no one had ever been able to pick up their trail before. Impressive. My man.
And he has a
So-
boat.
And he has a boat.
In the basic assortment, boys, what jumps out to you as like creme de la creme? Because there's a lot of special stuff here. Bloody heavy duty with his DJ booth of death. Lord have mercy. I mean, that was a crowd pleaser for some kids. Not me personally. I'm like, how does he even run with that stuff? But to perhaps the more like simplistic GI Joe fans, like I had friends who idolized this guy. He's just the coolest
Dude,
GI Joe
I
ever.
idolized this guy. He was great.
Wow.
I love the shit out of
works
this dude.
in
Yeah.
like a 0G environment, maybe. Yeah.
No,
I think
you
he
just
uses the
believed that he
weight
was.
of it to, kind of like run fast. It's
Yeah, you just also
fucking
believed that he
falling.
was just cuck strong, bro. And like he's
My
that
goodness.
thing's got bullet holes there by his nuts. So
Yes.
he's good.
Someone's been
Takes-
taking pot shots specifically in the groin area.
And heavy
But you know what?
duty is
This
heavy
is like
duty.
this is the absurd like final conclusion of the smart gun. Like this is taking it to its absolute nth degree. This is repeater on roids, on PCP, on like I don't know, Jesus juice.
So on the for the basic assortment for this line, I gotta say, like, I'm just thinking of my childhood self, and I know that characters that immediately jumped out to me as a kid was that Snow Serpent, big time.
Yes.
So freaking cool.
Oh
Obviously.
yeah, another callback to a legacy Cobra.
Mhm.
Wow, 1991. Did you have any original ideas? I'm looking at you, Attack Cruiser.
Well, it did. It had
Lord.
Tracker, which wasn't his strongest card to play. But sci-fi for me,
He had a
heavy
boat, he had a
duty,
boat.
Hawk,
That's so cool.
the Crimson Guard Immortal, Bat, Snow. Oh, I said Snow Serpent,
Yeah.
and Snake Eyes immediately jumped out at me like on the pegs. Like at first blush, like this was my oh my god, I can't pick between any of these guys. Kind of analysis paralysis. Thankfully, I didn't have to worry about Snake Eyes because David had already grabbed him, and every other kid did. So Snake Eyes was very seldom on the pegs. So I was, so I didn't have that immediate like, oh my god, I got to get him. For some reason, for the longest time, that Mercer was kind of invisible to me. For some reason, maybe it's because he didn't have a giant inflatable boat in his packaging.
Which is wild because you really like the character these days, like a lot.
Yeah, I love him. I mean, I love this character because of this toy as well. I mean, this toy helped a lot for me to love this character, but in a different way. Like it took me a while to accept that this guy and the guy in the movie are the same guy, and I still don't think they are. And I think that's kind of come across in Renegades, which is pretty cool. But man, heavy duty.
Yes, to catch anyone else up who might be in the dark, like this guy, the V2 Mercer, shares the same code name as V1, but they have different file names. What's going on there? And I wouldn't say their appearance necessarily matches. Obviously, Mercer V2 is made to look a lot older, but over the passage of just 4 years, he's gone from this babyface box top to this like. They've given him a lot of detail in terms of his face sculpt to age him. Yeah. I'm going to argue it's a different guy.
I also agree with you. And
wow, I never picked up on that.
Felix Stratton and Richard Cecil?
Cecil, yeah. They're also from different places. Virginia. Well, actually, they're both from Virginia. But one's from Richmond, the other one's from Spencer. That's interesting that all of the turncoats in Cobra are from Virginia. Oh no, one's from West Virginia, the other one's from Virginia.
Oh my word!
Yeah,
I'm sure we're
and
gonna
why
upset
wouldn't you have your
the Americans with that.
turncoats would be in the same place that the Pentagon is, right?
That's
No,
crazy.
dun, dun,
So there are two different people.
dun.
Yeah.
Can we just like? I just feel like this is such a, and I know I'm gonna like kind of spoil it a little bit, at least from my point of view, but
Ruining it.
this is such a colorful assortment of GI Joes that it's actually easier for me to list the 2 or 3, for that matter, that just didn't blow me away as a kid.
Okay, so Dusty and
No, Dusty was great. Just never saw him anyway. Grunt. I
what?
never.
How can you?
I couldn't stand Grunt. I was like,
He has the most expressive facial expression ever.
he's got
Like-
perma shout.
It doesn't get better than this guy.
So Grunt, Tracker, although I actually owned Tracker because I really liked, I wanted the inflatable boat. Okay, they knew how to sell that shit to me, man. Like they were like, this guy, and also to be fair, Tracker has some good parts. I just think the combination of them all is a bit.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I have to disagree with you on that. Like the bottom half, like the top half maybe is fine. It's kind of okay. But then he's got like, has he got a drawstring for his pants?
Yeah, he's wearing track pants. Yeah.
And like some wicked high tops. What's with those shoes, man?
Yeah, those shoes I like the shoes. I thought they were really cool.
And
It's just
what
this.
are these compression socks? What are
Yes, I think they are compression socks. I was always curious about like what the hell are those things? You know, what are they meant to be?
His calves are huge.
They are massive.
So our
They must
first
cycle.
blushings with Tracker, well, beyond like just going over to people's houses back when we were kids, and seeing them in people's Joe boxes, Rob, you got the Fun School version, and I'm gonna
Yes.
say Fun School Tracker has a superior boat to the Hasbro mainline release.
Mm,
Oh, how so?
It's more low profile and it's blue.
yeah. I
Whereas
think it has more
the
space
original-
on the inside, doesn't it? It's kind of
Mm,
more. I
No,
feel
it's,
like it has-
it's definitely a one-man boat, but it also has like a semi-rigid base.
Yes.
So it's got an actual structure to it, and then it has the sort of inflatable walls. I
Mm.
don't know how durable that made it. Maybe not as much, but like I always found the Hasbro one to be a bit like this is ridiculous. This is a kiddie raft.
It's like a little,
You know, this,
pool.
you buy that at Kmart or Macro.
To play in the
Yeah.
pool.
They really didn't put any effort
Exactly.
into it. But yeah, for these guys, I think they're probably maybe not all winners, but I mean, I think they're all great. I mean, it's awesome that we get updated version of General Hawk and Cobra Commander. For me, the standouts
I-
would be, yeah.
I need to fight Paul though. I need to fight him.
I have one
I
more
just
to.
find it-
I also.
Get
I
him.
also have
Grunt-
one more to throw in there to just to add to Steve's annoyance so that he can fight properly.
Okay,
Red
okay,
Star.
let me store them up.
What is it?
You don't like Red Star?
I couldn't, as a kid, I couldn't stand Red Star. There was just something about that character that just always put me off wanting it. David got it, and David was like, "He's great," and I was like, "Yeah."
Was it because his accessories were repurposed for the European release lowlight, or and Range Viper? Sorry, it was just Range Viper.
Oh shit, dude! I couldn't tell you that as a kid. Back then, I don't think I cared enough
Okay.
about him.
I
No,
always,
what-
I always didn't like the part, like the accessory reuse. It kind of cheapened a figure's loadout to know that it had it in common with other figures. So
Yeah,
what was it about
I
Red
do
Star
hate
that
that.
didn't tickle you?
Because he's Russian. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. I had no prejudice against Red Star being Russian because, quite frankly, I didn't realize that until David actually pointed out that he's GRU, that he's GRU. But
Guru.
yeah, I don't know what it was. It's just like there's something about the palette. I don't know. I just didn't like it. And something put me off it quite a bit. Like it's hard for me to say that now because when I look at this toy now, I'm like, he's an outstanding toy. It's just my childhood self is like, boring.
It's very
What's
much.
his thing? Oh, he's got a bazooka. Cool.
It's very much like Soviet war in Afghanistan, Rocky 3, kind of Spetsnaz. But what really pops off this figure is that amazing blue and white striped undershirt.
Mm.
Yes.
Never mind the fact that his hat is like it's got paint on it, so the
Mm.
brim is picked out in black. What really pushed this guy over the edge was a custom edition that I made, which was actually painting the
That's what made it
star on his
better.
dude on his hat and on his buckle. If you paint those stars red, it's like
David did the
chef's
same.
kiss. God,
David did
so
the
good.
same.
Right.
In my mind, I actually can't see him without the red star
Yeah.
on these. Yeah, it's just like that. There's no version of that that exists for me. If I see it
Finishing touch.
missing, I think that it's rubbed off. So
Frail crotch, though, I will say that much. I think maybe because his thighs are a little bit too meaty. Like if you, you know, if you bring his legs up, you might have a crotch firing action. Now, getting back to Grunt, my dude, I've heard this figure being slated on HCC 788's channel. I've heard this figure being slated on podcasts that I follow, and it's time to stand up for Grunt version 3 because this guy was a hero of my childhood, okay? He has a hero's kind of like appearance. He does not look like a combat soldier. Grunt was the epitome of like bland green army man in his first incarnation. And that gave rise to his tan army man in his second incarnation. This is a Grunt standing on his own 2 feet. He is like super soldier at this point. He's come back to GI Joe after being disillusioned with being a civilian, and he is wearing his dog tags proudly in like a very open shirt, sleeves rolled up. He looks like he's more at home in a motor pool, but that's just
gonna
how
hit
much
on
of
your
a
mother,
Grunt
man.
he is.
Carry on.
Dude, he is jacked as shit. He's got a jerry curl. He looks veteran, but far younger than his original. Like his original Michael Ironside, that ain't Grunt, man. Grunt should look like a very junior soldier at that point. Now
Helmet
he looks like,
helped.
you know, a leader among men, a hero of the GI Joe brand, mythology, and credit to the Deke cartoon for recognizing this because they made him out to be a duke. Like he kind of picked up where maybe Captain Gridiron left off. There's an episode. Let me try and recall. I think it's called Let's Play Soldier. No, maybe I don't know. Oh no, Modulock. I don't know. Keyboard Warriors. That's it. Keyboard Warriors. where a
Uplifting.
child, just like thank you, just like was it that game that movie from the 80s where they
War games?
war games, yes.
Would you
So
like
a
to
child
play
is
a game? Sorry.
he's controlling real world Cobra units using a sophisticated computer, and Grunt is the Joe that he's been made to, in the game at least, try and defeat. So he's hurling Cobra units to try and kill Grunt because Grunt is the ultimate fighting man. So just like that cartoon, I recognized there was something special about this figure, and I made him such a like a just a cornerstone of my GI Joe team.
He just has so much more personality in version 3 as well. And I'm currently, for the video watchers, I'm showing images also from 3D Joes. As always, thank you 3D Joes for your fantastic work in cataloging the GI Joe Real American Hero collection. He has so much personality, like the jacket, the kind of rolled up sleeves of the jacket. He's a little Jerry curl. Great color palette as well. It's just not it's not exaggerated.
He's got Megatron's gun.
Yeah, he's got Megatron's gun. Of course he does. That's what makes him so cool. And he comes with a removable helmet.
It's a very upset
I was gonna
Megatron
say,
somewhere.
So for all his unusual appearance, he has got the best Pazget or Fritz style helmet I think the line ever released, and it's quite a soft plastic. It's got a painted, and that's unusual, painted goggle atop a very well detailed. I mean, the fabric stretched over the helmet even has wrinkles to it.
Yes.
It's so good. And true story, I'd lost mine for the longest time. Flash forward, I think 20 years, and I'm just hanging out in my parents' garden. I look down at something sort of shiny green. It looks like a marble or something just peeking out of the soil after maybe some rain, some erosion, some weathering. There is my childhood Grunt's helmet staring me in the face. I'm like, what a find! What a find!
Insane.
That's
My
amazing.
Grunt is complete again.
Rob, what's the name of that Ninja Force weapon? The one that you love so much, not the bike, the other one.
The axe, the attack
Pile driver.
axe, pile driver.
Yeah, so Grunt is still that for me. Like I hear
Um,
everything you say. I'm not like, oh my god, he's amazing. This is one of those Joes that I know I'm going to have to buy because I do want to have a complete collection of most of the 90s stuff. But he's very much my pile driver situation.
Interesting.
It's like
May I just also say that of all the BFGs in GI Joe, it always bothered me how much of the missile sticks out the front. Grunt's missile recedes all the way into
Just the
that
tip.
weapon.
It
Yeah.
goes,
Dude,
goes
just
all the
tip.
way inside.
There you go.
he's not
So-
messing
And
around.
it's cool as well because he doesn't have to hold it to use it. You know, it kind of
But he
it's kind of
can.
stand. He can if he wants to.
And his gun attaches to it, so he can. It's just a one-stop shop of like death artillery. Oh god, I used to use him like that so much.
I love that you guys like dig this dude because there are very, very, very few occasions on GI Joburg where I'm not convinced by Steve.
I'm the
or
only
Rob.
one digging on him. Rob, have you got love for this figure?
I
Rob-
like him a lot. I wouldn't
Rob-
say that I love him. I
Singing
think
his
he's
praises.
yeah, I think he's a pretty good figure. I've always been happy with him. But yeah, probably not one of my favorites, but I appreciate him for sure.
Unlike
Um,
Shockwave, you didn't feel envy every time I picked Grunt.
Oh no, not at all. No, I mean I also still don't own him. You know, I suppose maybe that says something. But yeah.
Well,
I think
act
it's a
fast
decent figure.
because this episode is gonna put Grunt back on top, my friends. So
but
demand
it's
is
gonna
gonna
go
rise.
from $5 to $6.
I don't know about. I don't know, but I mean, you've spoken about him quite a bit. If the price is still
All
going
right.
steady.
GI Joburg says it's okay.
Is it time to pick out our faves, though? Paul, you've taken out some bottoms. Rob, do you have any that are like shite in your eyes?
Yeah, what are your least favorites,
What
Rob?
don't I like here? We really said a tracker. I think it's just a terrible design. It just feels weird. Like when I think Navy SEAL, I don't think of a dude in track pants and a shirt. And they kind of make
It's not helped by the fact that his MP5 gets so oft reused. It also kind of makes it unspecial that became a weapons tree standard.
Yeah. So it's not special or cool. I think standouts for me will probably be Desert Scorpion. Probably a very, very strong contender for favorite. I really enjoy the updated bat. It's a fantastic update. And of course Snake Eyes. Incinerators, I guess. Incinerators and Snake Eyes. There's a Scorpion, of course. Now we've just got an update of him in the classified line. The original is still very strong, a good figure, like fantastically well designed, and of course, as all good Cobras should, he has a Cobra symbol on his bicep. Cloth
Like Rico's
goods.
Roughnecks.
And yeah, all these kind of like weird round things.
A Havelock.
His outfit.
Is he wearing basically a swimsuit with like leggings sticking out the bottom?
Cujo wants to know.
He really is. He really is.
As an action figure design, it works, but if you think about what his actual costuming choice is here, he's totally wearing a swimsuit.
He is actually, yeah,
mustard-colored swimsuit.
He really does.
I wonder if
Now I like him more.
now, I actually want to look at this closer. I want to see something because I don't have mine to hand right now. Oh, okay. No, I was about to say, like, if he had like subtle knee detail, then it would have maybe implied that he was going to be pantsless, you know, and then it would have been the onesie. Yeah, but it does seem to be that the knee detail is covered because GI Joes do that. You know, like you kind of get a bit more knee detail, but it's like not a vintage thing. Everybody in the vintage era wears pants. So
yeah,
but
there's a Scorpion is definitely a standout. He comes with an animal companion. Great. You can never go wrong with an animal companion. Yeah, cool little gun and like just cool, just like smaller details that like, and also I like that his antenna is fixed. You're never gonna lose that, or unless you break it off.
Guilty.
Yeah, good. So yeah, that's one of my tops. There's Cobra Bat. I think it's a cool update. He feels 90s, you know, with all the orange and the green accents. It feels like a
massive
update.
massive thighs. Like he's a robot, but he's ripped.
Yes,
Like
he's a ripped robot
got-
man.
He's got the heft of a 90s figure for sure.
Robo
Yes.
Jogs.
I think it's a good update. It's not as iconic as the original, but I do like that they tried something a little bit different with this with version 2.
I'll tell you one thing for nothing, it's hell of a lot more durable than the original. I mean, is it not ironic that these sort of the robot, which should be hardier than a flesh and blood human being, is the most fragile figure? Like for
Kinda
all the
crazy.
win that you have with 1986 Bat, it is a figure that I'm very reluctant to handle a lot because the pin can break from his detachable limb. The lenticular can come loose. The chest, because of the lenticular divot, is very thin. So unscrewing and rescrewing a bat to replace its O-ring, for instance, you're always going to run the risk of cracking the chest.
Yeah,
no
so in
bueno.
that way, much hardier the 90s version.
It is ironic. It's like a goat on an airplane.
That's weird.
Can I give you
Incinerator?
guys a nice hack there, by the way?
Please do. How do we
So on
up?
the bat's pins, on the male pins for his arms, rub a bit of pencil. You know, like HB pencil lead. Or for the Americans, like a number 2 pencil. Rub some of that on those pegs. It'll actually make it a little less bitey. So that you don't have to worry about it stressing it out too much, because graphite is a nice kind of dry lubricant. In that
Okay,
respect.
interesting.
News to me. I don't know. I'm trepidatious about introducing any kind of foreign substance to a vintage Joe.
Well, it's
That's
easy to
why,
get
like-
rid of. You just rub it off, you know.
Yeah, wipe it off.
Easy.
But I
Thanks,
do
Paul.
get where Steve's coming from. Yeah, shot, dude.
Yeah.
Not sure I'm
Incinerator.
actually going to take you up on that bit of advice, but it's nice to know. Hopefully, people out there in listener land are either taking note or they're like, "Hoo, what?"
You
This
have
is
enough
new.
bats now. You can surely do that with one of them. How many bats do you own now? Like 8?
All of them, all the bats.
Only 6.
Only 6. God damn it.
Only
And
six
to be
bats.
fair, 3 of them are beaters with no crotches, but I still wouldn't want to crack their chests.
Okay.
There's somebody
There's nothing-
listening. Oh, sorry, Steve. I was going to say there's somebody listening to this episode going, "I got more bats." Carry on.
There's nothing suckier than a vintage figure that you put the screw in and the screw keeps turning. And you're like,
Oh no, that is the worst.
and you
though.
can't close the torso anymore. It's like, now I've got to do some surgery.
What were they thinking? So yeah, of my other 2 standouts, Incinerator, a childhood toy of mine. Yeah, flamethrower dude, a very coolly well designed flamethrower and a kit. He comes with one of the things they introduced, I think, from this year. These sort of like launching things, as opposed to like a rocket launching thing. It kind of uses an elastic band to throw things.
Oh, the little catapult trebuchet. Well,
Yeah, so
catapult more than a
he
trebuchet.
comes with that. I mean, you can just kind of ignore that, I guess.
What is he launching, though? This has been a curiosity for my entire life. What are
I
those
don't-
orange?
I don't know. I assume they're kind of like big, like kind of like flame jelly things. So like
Lava pods.
Yeah. So when they kind of land, something they're like,
Because they have sculpting
explode.
that tell me that they're not just like burning molten blobs. They
Yeah.
have technical detail.
Yeah, it's not just like
Yeah.
napalm or something. There's something in there that kind of like, but it has to be some sort of fire-based thing, I think.
And if you're in possession of a like a teenager, it's possible they ate yours out of your collection, thinking they were Tide Pods.
Can happen.
Can happen.
Kids love those. And
They
also,
love
he's one
eating
of the rare figures that has like silver on him as well, which I quite like.
Yeah.
And also the design of his faceplate or his head is really, really good. I like that kind of like the one piece I don't know, like he has no eyes. I like that.
Christ, how do you breathe in that thing? It does
You
remind
don't.
me. Aren't there characters in Disney's The Black Hole from 1979? I think it was.
That kind of look like
Um,
this.
They've got a sort of
Yeah.
a mirrored, very inspirational to basically Cobra design in general. Like this is a kind of a callback to mirror face Cobra Commander, except it's reversed the
Mm.
color and the silver.
Yeah. Absolute, yeah, one of my favorites.
This
and also
is one
like
of
cool texturing as well.
Yes.
Over the entire figure. Like, he kind of has the padding, so he is
Quilting.
protected. Yeah, the quilting, and then he has the kind of like, I don't know, stippling or whatever all over his entire outfit.
When
Yeah,
think-
scales.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
tactilely, he's a very nice figure to handle. Which
I was
quite
gonna
like.
say, and I think that's what it got me to buy one when I was a kid.
Mm,
Mm.
very, very
It does
good.
have weird feet though. They are a little bit like, are those human?
That is true, actually. His feet are. But I'm not looking down at his feet too often. I'm more worried about
they
those
look like the
cool like knee pads. Those are cool.
They look like the feet that I would have drawn as a child. Well, I can't draw, so I would still draw feet like that. But they're very like Beavis and Butthead. You know what I mean? Like little
Yeah.
black.
It's kind of like they gave up by the time they got there. They're like, oh, we have to have the design in now. They're about to make these figures.
And it's because
There you go.
I mean, as a cost-cutting measure, the lower legs were oftentimes unidirectional. I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
They,
Yeah.
Yeah,
there was no left
Yeah.
and right. They were
you can use
omni.
them on either one.
Especially on something like this.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. What I wanted to speak to with regards to the feet is that I think they just should have just made the whole foot silver. I think it
Oh.
like I understand that there's things that could have been like if you look in the card art, it makes sense and you see it as a proper boot and stuff, but the foot sculpt doesn't work with that, and I would have just gone full silver with the feet personally, and I think it would have looked better. The black feet on this guy looks very strange for me.
I think
Like-
it also makes it stand out, doesn't it? Because your eyes are drawn to them.
Yeah,
Yeah, my objection is less the color and more just the shape.
Yeah.
They're very like.
But you might have noticed them less if it had
had
all
they been silver. Yeah, that's what I feel anyway.
Because your eyes are kind of drawn to them. Because on his entire outfit, that's the accent of black is only on his feet and then his backpack.
But it's a cool choice, Rob. Like incinerators are nice, and it's not the first time you've mentioned incinerators.
I know for sure.
I have recall you mentioning incinerators a few times in the past as well.
Yeah, no, great figure. And of course,
Very
you
good.
can't mention 1991 without mentioning. Is he still a polarizing version of Snake Eyes? Snake Eyes version 4? Like, are there people out there who are like vehemently against this version of Snake Eyes?
For sure, there always will be.
Mm.
But this was my Snake Eyes because
This
my
is for
version
us.
3 disappeared. Rob, you had a version 3 that I allowed me access to him, but like
Mhm.
as far as a Snake Eyes version that was my own and I could play with to death, it was this one. I cooked his
same.
knee joint early doors. Like I snapped that pin snapped, and for the longest time I had his lower leg kind of press sticked or blue tacked into place,
Yeah.
which worked. I mean, the joint actually functioned. Like I could give him battle damage if I so wished, but like
Battle
it did
damage.
hold in. I got this the same Christmas I got the bug. What
Mm.
a magical pairing that was, and what a magical like family holiday that took place thereafter. Because while the bug was the best fun at the beach, this guy was infinitely more fun scaling the tent, like using his grapple hook to like hook onto
that's
the
great.
guy lines and the tent sort of flexible outer structure. Lost his swords and gun very quickly though.
Oof.
Just
Shocking.
the backpack remained. Mhm.
That will happen when you go on holiday with your figures.
His backpack is still one of the original GI Joe pieces I have from my childhood. Ironically, yeah.
I wish you could
Sans the
go
string.
over his shoulder like the picture that Yojo.com has achieved. Like his card art depicts the launcher being a shoulder fired like thing, which is akin to Mercer's BFG.
Yes, which
But the figure couldn't do that.
and then they gave it to the Night Creeper, which is it's a whole thing. But anyway, I think it would have been a smarter choice to have given to Snake Eyes as well, because it's also very nondescript on the box art as well. So they could have gotten away with. But anyway, this Snake Eyes is such an interesting figure in my like kind of history, because yes, he was also my de facto Snake Eyes as well, and very similar story to Steve's. I had the third one. It got destroyed. Thank you, Enrico, you shithead. And no, I mean, I get over grudges. shithead Enrico. Still, seriously, dude. um, and then Dave went and bought like 4 of these things because he was busy painting them up and customizing. So he was creating these
Wow.
like, and Steve, or actually you guys, I think I may have even shown you one of them. It's like a specially painted silver one. Oh god, it's a whole thing. So Dave, and also he had like a little 50cc motorbike, so he could go to Dion's easily. So of course he could always like beat me to the damn
buying
store.
tons of these guys.
Yeah, so like so when I eventually did get one, it was actually quite cherished. I was like, yes, finally, I have my own.
My Snake
know?
Eyes.
Yes, I love this Snake Eyes as well. I think he's
He's
amazing.
brilliant. And for you,
I haven't
Steven?
heard this. Well, no, we're still on Snake Eyes. Because why?
Okay.
Because I want to flash forward to the year of our Lord 2025, where we are as of recording, and I just want to say a giant fuck you to the classified design, because that is trash. Maybe it has some hidden virtues, but as far as I'm concerned, they dropped the ball big time. They seem to be fucking up the figures that I hold dearest, because Shockwave was nothing special, and this version of Snake Eyes is absolutely just lip service and nothing more. Like, it is not good enough, not at all good enough in my eyes. I think giving you an orange grappling hook with some string, insulting, when you could have done the backpack a la the card art. Instead, they gave him that fucking Snake Eyes movie backpack. You know, the one that just has the swords like naked on your back.
Yeah.
What a joke. What a joke. Like, sorry, I'm not a classified collector, so maybe I'm not authorized to have this opinion, but like, even just looking at the presentation of that figure makes me think this is such a half-baked attempt. Sad. They gave him additional secondaries, which you didn't have to give him, but they half-assed it to the point where like it's unusable. I've seen reviews where the SMG, which is intended for that holster, just fall right out of it because the holster doesn't have a back. You know, it's just like a C basically with an open back.
Oh,
You got this heavy
I
ass
didn't notice that.
SMG. It just falls out.
That's so stupid.
And it's not present on the original figure design. You didn't need that, so ditch that shit. Ditto the sort of the throwing dirks on his other thigh secondary. The forearms they have like kanji.
They're generic.
They're generic. They're painted.
Yes.
They're not sculpted. So obviously the intention is for that part to be reused. It's cost-cutting measure.
Yeah.
But like, just once again, absolute lip service. If you adored this figure like I do, that is not good enough. Sorry.
It also seems a bit thin. I can't think of better words to use right now, but the classified version of this Snake Eyes feels thin. Like,
well, dude, look at the version, the original's biceps.
Yeah, he's chunky.
This is a Snake Eyes of the 90s. He doesn't need grenades on his biceps to bolster them up. He doesn't need any kind of straps or pouches. That's all him, bro.
Yeah.
Those pipes are flexing when he's got his arms extended and when he's got his arms bent. The triceps are always bulging and the biceps are always bulging. He's just swole.
This is before he flexes, by the way. He flexes that outfit is broken.
On the topic of classified, though, I would actually like to see the incinerators as a classified figure. I'd like to see
that could be interesting.
What they do to it to make it sort of work. Because I've got one flaw, or there's one flaw I see with the incinerator every time. Is I always feel like its neck looks very stretched, and because of how they had to sculpt the body to accommodate what they were doing, it always feels like the arms are a little bit like they look a little bit twiggy on the incinerator's body. I know when I say this, dear listeners, that maybe you're looking at your incinerator figure and going, "Oh, I can see that now." And I don't need to do that because it's actually quite a chunky figure when you actually take the time to look at it. But I would love to see what they do with the classified version of that. Maybe they can save where they dropped the ball on Snake Eyes. Maybe they can save it for the
possibly. I mean, it's nice that they are dipping into the 1990s. I mean, you know, and even specifically 91 with Desert Scorpion and version 4 of Snake Eyes. But hopefully they'll get it right with a couple of other ones. I suppose they can't always get it right.
Version 4 Snake Eyes gets me excited.
Hell yeah.
That's Ninja Force Snake Eyes for those that are maybe not done with that nomenclature.
No, we're not down. We're not down at
Oh,
all.
no. Version 4 Snake Eyes is 1991 Snake Eyes. Version 5 is Ninja
5.
Force.
Yeah.
Ninja Force,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
So, Stephen, what are your standouts for this year of the regular figures? Any that we haven't spoken about yet?
Well, we can't skip over Buzz Lightyear. I mean, Hawk.
Yeah, best.
General Hawk is now his code name, which I don't like. I don't like including or incorporating the rank into the
Yeah.
code name.
What if he loses that rank, or if he, becomes
Gets a promotion.
Yeah.
Well, you don't get promotions beyond general, I guess.
Well,
the next step is
we-
president.
Brigadier.
Well, yes, but
Rear
still.
Admiral, or I don't know.
But yeah, so General Hawk, 1991. What more is there to say other than this figure, like OP's Hawk,
Brigadier General. Sorry,
Mm.
my bad.
makes him some kind of like god of war. You know? It's not.
He can join the battlefield now, like in the extreme.
He's firing missiles. He's got a sort of over and under machine gun with a drum feed ammo and a scope. Like, it's OP, but I love it. It's
He's like-
absolutely Hawk of the 90s.
Joes, you're not
Magnificent
doing
headstock.
enough. I, as the leader, have to step in now.
Doubles as the best spacesuit you're likely to find.
Mm.
So this
I
figure's
would
got
agree.
a lot of use.
I also love the proportions on that gun because for the toy it works so nicely. It's not oversized.
Not
if that ma-
oversized,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
beautiful.
It is exactly the size that it needs to be. The jetpack is magnificent. The jetpack having two features, foldable wings for the
Mhm.
one, and missiles that attach.
Yeah.
4 mini missiles, like so good.
They put
I
so
love
much
how it
effort into it.
evokes. It evokes an F-14. It evokes a
Yes,
Sky
thank
Striker.
you.
He's got a
Yeah.
shrunken
The
down
wing
Sky
shapes.
Striker on his back.
And,
The wing
and-
shakes, wing shakes, the intakes, the vertical stabilizers. Dude,
yeah.
so good.
And also for a year that is introducing like spring-fired weapons and all that stuff, it's great that they didn't do that with him.
Yeah,
They didn't incorporate that somehow into the backpack where like it would fire a missile while it was on his back.
yeah.
Like there was some sort of restraint there in that they were like, this is good the way it is. We don't have to introduce a play feature to make this more awesome than it already is.
Which makes me feel like it was meant to come out in the previous year.
Oh, you think so?
Mm.
1990.
I have this theory about this line of Joe's where and I have sort of mentioned this before. Anytime one of these guys doesn't come with a missile firing action backpack as a main feature,
Mm.
or where it seems like they've added a missile firing feature to this, was a figure that was, I feel, meant to come out in the year before. So like Big Ben, for example, is one of them.
Oh, Grunt would be another because he only really comes with a gun and a helmet.
Snake, that version of Snake. Or actually, I take that back with Snake Eyes because
Snake Eyes is
I think
definitely
was
meant
very
to come
much
out
this year.
Mm.
But very much Big Ben, very much Hawk,
Mm.
very much Cobra Commander. Actually,
Crimson Guard. No, Cobra Commander has the launching glider.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what adds fuel to your fire of your theory is like we've got a finger flick technology, which
yes,
was something from 1990
yeah,
Mm.
in the Crimson Guard Immortals gear,
Mm.
right? I wouldn't go so far, Paul, as to say that they were designed for the year previous. I just think that maybe the mandate happened at some
At the same
point in
time.
1990.
yeah,
So while these like the first half of 1990, the figures that they had designed and finalized all didn't have spring fire launchers, and then the latter half, that was when the axe fell, and
They're like,
the powers that
"We're
be
gonna
said
introduce
all
these."
figures from this point onwards must have spring fire missile launchers. Hence
Mm.
Bat, hence Mercer, hence
Mm.
Red Star. I mean, Red Star has so many accessories. You could take the missile launcher away, and you'd still be very, very overstocked.
exactly.
So it feels
yeah.
like they just chucked it in there, and it looks very generic. It's basically like a Russian RPG-7,
Mm.
but BFGized.
Yeah.
made big.
It's like sci-fi, for example, like his rocket firing feature.
Unnecessary, superfluous.
It is, but it is molded in. It is sort of somehow they made it work within the figure. You know, so that's one of
Yes,
the
it's
few
not
times.
generic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
meant to come with him.
Yeah, it's
And only him.
Yeah. And
I've
only when he
always
says
felt
the nice
like
things. Yeah.
I've always felt like sci-fi version 2, or is it version? Yeah, would it be version 2? Anyway, 1991 sci-fi. His rocket launcher or missile launcher is the closest to the Doom
Yes.
rocket launcher.
The BFG.
Got that kind of gray, bulbous sort of, I don't know, front end, bell end. Bish.
And it's great that it has that kind of like. I always like this one because it has that kind of like shoulder rest thing going on.
Yeah, it's a
So it
good
kind of
the
makes it
best.
easier for him to hold it.
And you know, for what it's worth, the fact that you can plug a hose into it and plug that hose into the helmet or into the, I think it's also into the backpack, is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
I always
There's
like
a
that.
lovely ambiguity. Yeah, the rocket launcher, I guess, would go into the helmet, and the laser would go into the backpack to power it. But you could swap that around.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely
you could have the two guns piped together.
It's the gun chucker.
That
Mark
makes
II.
perfect sense.
Take that recoil.
Totally.
Man. But yeah, sorry, I know that I went off on a tangent there.
No,
when
not
Steve
at
was
all.
just going on about how awesome Hawk is, or General Hawk is. Yeah, man, that General Hawk. Ooh, I love that. And you know what? It was such a nice treat to then find out he was in the video game. So like, I had that toy before I saw him in the game, and that was amazing. And I had this figure before Dave did. Like, Dave didn't click on how amazing this was, and then he would go and buy his own one shortly after me getting that. So yeah,
Big
That was
win.
a good one. Yeah.
Similar to you, that Hawk had a mystique because my buddy Lyle got that late into our sort of friendship. We were about to not be friends anymore. And this figure was special. You know, the gold says it all. Like only the top man in GI Joe could wear that much gold. The little, you know, how small and dainty the missiles were also made him seem very premium. And him being the leader of GI Joe meant that, like, yeah, he was a special figure placed on a pedestal, and I wasn't allowed to play with him much. It's like I could admire him from afar, and then that was it. It's like, that's my figure, Steven. Give it back.
Don't touch
I'm
him.
going to give you your orders now. Well, we can't
You're
talk
Lady
about
J
this version
again.
of Hawk. Woo. We can't talk about this version of Hawk without talking about his opposite man, because we also got a Cobra Commander this year.
Ooh,
Indeed, we did.
Hoo boy. Hoo boy.
if you thought
This,
Snake Eyes was divisive.
this
Yeah.
was my Cobra Commander for the longest time, boys. 1991's Disco Medallion, red faceplate Cobra Commander without painted eyebrows was the version that I had. So you couldn't quite make out as much facial feature underneath the mask.
This is
But it
interesting.
looked
Yeah,
angry. It looked like a scowl. It looked
he does look
fascinating.
menacing.
You could actually see facial detail
Mm.
for the first time of Cobra Commander.
But not so much that you would be able to recognize him on the street. Like just enough that you
No.
could tell that he's really angry and he's really evil.
I
Well,
need
it's
this
quite a
Cobra back in my life.
caricature. Yeah, dude. What are you waiting for? Get him while he's
Get it.
cheap.
Yeah, we're gonna ruin the price of this thing now.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be like, guys, I've shared this story with you, but for our new listeners and maybe for long-time listeners that have forgotten, maybe you guys have forgotten this. In
It's
our
possible.
Dion's, this there was a Cobra Commander like this, but with the missing faceplate. Not missing, but it was loose. And it was loose
Okay.
enough that you could sort of see his face if you like shook the packaging. And it was kind of a thing because David like told me about it. He's like, there's a Cobra Commander with a loose faceplate. And I've hidden him in the Dion's. So when we go on Saturday, I'll show you, kind of thing. And so we went and I had a look and I was like, wow. And I remember actually really taking some real time to like let that image burn into my brain as a kid, because we didn't have cell phone cameras and things like that. So I just remember like seeing his face. And for those of you, this is for the benefit of the people who watch the video version. But you know,
Kodak moment.
his face is like face. Like he's kind of an ugly dude. And I contemplated like getting that version of him with the broken faceplate. just so they could have his face. And then I thought, but I've got him already.
Don't
I
need
kind of regret it
another one.
now.
So something I don't know. Maybe I've never scrutinized the picture of this guy before, but the Cobra symbol has a trademark symbol next to it,
Yes.
which I
ridiculous.
just find it's so like it breaks the immersion because there's no ways the Cobra Commander was like, I'll trademark my Cobra symbol, and whenever anyone uses it, they'll have to pay me money. It's
Yeah. Didn't like that.
unnecessary. Like, why would you do that?
So
But-
my gold paint has disappeared to the point where that Cobra symbol still stands.
Yes.
The
I was
gold
gonna
around
ask.
it has vanished.
That's wild. Because I would assume, it's the gold paint first, and then obviously they pressed. I don't know. I suppose it's like this
Tamper print. Yeah.
tamper printed that above it. So, but the tamper printing is protecting the gold underneath, I guess.
Yeah. It's like a clear
Presumably,
coat.
yeah.
Just goes away.
So, fun
Wow.
fact, kiddies, if you're going to use metallic paints on your toys for customizing, be sure to do a clear coat. Otherwise, you're going to rub that gold off. Gold doesn't matter who makes it. Gold will always rub off because it's got a very big like metal fleck, and the binder for metallics is very loose usually. It disintegrates quickly.
It gets particularly freaky on his helmets, which is
Ooh.
now flesh. Weird.
That is.
But look, it's let's just say that this helmet proportionately achieves what the mirror face should have. Like if you wanted the mirror face with a realistic human head inside of it, your template for that is this version of Cobra Commander, because you can actually see a human face beneath the faceplate. Like they've not skimped on the sculpting. So this is how large a Cobra Commander helmet would need to be to accommodate his actual face.
Yeah,
his
or
nose,
any helmeted
jowls.
figure. I mean, like now that we're looking at him, I mean, like if you compare him to Incinerator, like his head is actually a bit small. Or any character where they have helmeted heads, like their heads are kind of small. Like
I'm looking at you, Annihilator.
ooh.
Yeah, man. Some weird helmeted characters.
I
but
am
yes, this-
later.
But when you're forced
This-
to actually sculpt the face because you want to put a see-through piece of plastic on top of it, then you will get the dimensions correct or proportions correct then.
So the helmet's a little bit small, like on the outside. It just needs to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Well, we're
Yeah.
not asking for perfection here. Like it's great that they've even achieved this level of
What we got is
correct.
good enough.
Yeah, I think so.
Shit gun.
It's all right.
Like guys, legit, I bought this because Hot Wheels at the time, I think, was doing a similar kind of toy line where they'd also shot like these clear glider things. And then I got it in my head that it would be cool to have a Cobra version. Like, to be honest, I didn't buy this Cobra Commander because of how much I liked this Cobra Commander initially. I bought it because I thought the glider thing was a neat gimmick, should I say. And then I started to slowly appreciate how cool that toy actually was. But, yeah.
I'm amazed that this is a one and done. Like, if we disabuse our mind of the attack cruiser for just a sec, like this as a handheld, they're depicting it on yojo.com as a handheld weapon, and they depict it on the card art as a handheld weapon, but it's not designed to be a handheld weapon. It doesn't have a handle, so it's meant to be on its bipod and on the ground. They never did this again. And that's astounding to me because why? This is prescient, my boys. This is drone warfare in 1991. He's got the rail to launch it. It is a very lightweight spy. They call it a buzz bomb, so it's evoking vengeance weapons from World War II. You know, the V1s. But it absolutely is a spy piece of equipment. This is for Cobra Commander to keep tabs on the battlefield. He sends up his drone. It's amazing because this is what warfare is now.
Yeah.
These tiny little fly speck things that a single soldier in the field can deploy and give them total battlefield awareness. Like, love that. I wish he came with like a camera ditch the gold machine pistol or submachine gun and give him like a something or screen so that he could monitor like a communications array. But yeah, look, this figure gets better in my esteem the more I think about it.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's kind of what happened to me with this initially.
Yeah, and he's not over designed. This has like multiple colors on him, but I think there's a good balance.
Hit the gym, eh?
Oh no, he definitely did.
You know,
dude,
this
He
figure,
has to if he's going to carry the giant launcher on his.
if
at
you
this
guys,
point at this point in GI Joe mythology, he is a resurrected Snake Man.
Mhm.
He has got like that Masters of the Universe like snake blood going on. He's
He is jacked.
legitimately powerful and mutated.
I also want you guys to just throw your imagination in for 2 seconds and take all of the sections of this Cobra Commander. And for you listeners at home, get this picture up or grab the figure in hand and imagine all the black parts are flesh toned.
Yes,
Mm.
I thought that's where you were going. Oh,
Hey, it's
oh no.
not just Cobra Commander. It's Cobra Command. Duh.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but it just makes sense to me. It's funny to me. And maybe it's funny to another person out there. So I salute
Oh
you.
my
And then
goodness.
at least his groin and his nips are covered up, man.
There we go.
Yeah,
I think
Like
the
everything
important
else.
bits.
thank goodness Paul
Yeah.
swapped the black out, not the blue.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's
So
DLC.
that is the basic assortment for the year. But
Shit, we haven't even
that's
touched
not
the
the
other stuff.
end. That's not the end. Like this year not only came with the basic assortment figures, but a whole bunch of subsets. And probably the most well-known one, I guess, or the one that we kind of like harp on about a lot, are the Eco Warriors. Many of these characters featured in a lot of our play motions, especially fan favorite of GI Joburg and everyone else, Cesspool, a new villain for GI
first-
Joe.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Cesspool. You wonderful toy. This is guys, correct? I feel like I've asked you guys this before, but I have definitely forgotten. Did you guys ever see the TV commercial for these on our local TVs?
No, I don't remember that. Did
Okay.
you?
Yes.
No
We
way.
actually did have an advert for it here locally. This and Talking Battle Commandos.
That's great.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
It's
Well,
actually
I
Oh,
remember
like,
being-
like, what, like after Captain Planet or something? Would they show these ads?
It feels like a weekday after school. So yeah, Captain Planets would probably be on, and you'd see ads for GI Joe Eco Warriors. That's absolutely how they would have done this. And I do recall being amazed at how vivid the color change was in the commercials. Like, wow, gotta rush out and get these. Wow, this stuff is amazing. This stuff is like what? It's
Well-
chemistry, man.
I remember asking my dad to like take me to CNA like now.
I need him.
And he did, like an absolute trooper. And then I got Cesspool. But
CNA was the place to get him. I remember distinctly my first Eco Warriors and my buddy Judd, his first Air Commandos, happened at the same time. And it was like we knew that they were there because so his family business was just down the road from the local CNA. We'd scoped it out. We were back at the carpet shop, and we were like, okay, who's getting what? You're getting the guy with the glider. I'm getting the guy with the water soaker, or vice versa. Like we're having these massive discussions, and I was convinced that Clean Sweep's water firing weapon was actually the little
The little
green
gun.
pistol.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's hilarious.
Because that's the one that they depict shooting on the card art.
Yeah. Erroneously.
I mean, the robot, maybe it's shooting. I think it is probably shooting, but like it's kind of very low on the card. You know, the prominent gun that's poking out at the viewer is Clean Sweep's pistol. So that sold it for me. I'm like, fuck the glider. I want the little pistol that can actually shoot. Incredible. I was an idiot.
I was glad to get my evil-looking Captain Picard figure in the form of Cesspool. It was a good day.
Well, you won, dude. Cesspool was definitely the one to get. This CNA only had Clean Sweep, and it was Cloudburst.
Oh,
I feel like I got my Flint at CNA as well.
You got your Flint at Factory Toys.
Did I?
Yep, it was a latter day purchase, my friend.
I'm so glad you remember it because
yeah.
my childhood, it doesn't exist unless Steven remembers it.
Dude, Factory Toys was a repository of so much good stuff that we were getting like after the year 2000. Like you got that Flint, I got Falcon Sonic Fighters from Factory Toys.
So
he
sad
wasn't
because
one that I
that's
had a
obviously
child.
where it all went. Because when they was
Yeah, in
not
the
doing
end.
well in here in Joburg, they obviously sent it back to Cape Town.
Just throw it in a
Rock and
warehouse.
Roll, Supersonic Fighters Rock and Roll was also there. Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Good times. But yes, of the childhood ones that we had to hand were Major Blood, Psych Out, Roadblock, and Rock and Roll, sorry. Not Rock and Roll. Road Pig, that one.
Road
Pig.
And
Pig.
Zap.
Yeah.
Zap. Another callback. So 1991, the callbacks continue into the Supersonic Fighters with Falcon, with Blood, with Psych Out, with Road Pig, with Rock and Roll, with Zap. They are
Flint.
all not new characters.
Falcon.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
still hate that version of Psych Out. I hate is a strong word. I just
That is a
dislike
strong
it.
ride. It's such
I
a
just
different
dislike it.
version. You know,
I don't
Like,
hate
it's
it. I just
interesting.
dislike it. I've
I
never
suppose
quite
if-
gotten into it. Yeah.
I suppose if you look at the original, he's kind of boring. Because he's wearing just basically a blue jumpsuit and he has
Jumpsuit,
kind of
yeah.
weird helmet on. He's kind of like half Robocop.
It's like the cutest of Borg over there.
But
Lord Dread.
Lord Dread.
oh,
Do you guys know Captain Power and the
Yes.
sources of?
Yeah.
There we go.
But fun backpack. Like his accessories are pretty
Yes.
cool. You know.
I used that as a piece of equipment in the base.
Yeah.
Like, that was absolutely like communications equipment. Like these were like little dio pieces.
yeah,
I did
because
the
I
same
mean,
with-
realistically, they would never be running around with these things.
Yeah. 'cause
None.
I-
The fact that it can stand on its base, basically.
Yeah.
And the same with road pigs. Road
Yes,
pigs. I
I
mean,
was
for a
gonna
guy
say,
who's
I
an
did the
absolute
same.
Saved.
bruiser,
Yeah.
it's got a screen. It's got 2 stands. It's got all this amazing
Got
sculpting
red
to it.
lights.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
proper
it's got a-
piece you can throw into a base.
Embossed cobra symbol, and it's in that acid green, so it's
Mm.
absolutely going to go on like the I don't know what are the Eco Warriors base, the Toxo Lab. Yeah,
Mm.
too rad.
I was always just sad that he didn't have a hammer, or at least I don't remember him having a hammer. And
Well, I guess the
he
original
doesn't
came
have a
with
hammer.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got a hammer in the video game when he comes in, like claps you.
Oh, when he looks like this.
I mean, no,
Okay.
second one. Yeah, the guy comes and smacks you with the hammer, and I'm like, mine doesn't have a hammer. Mine doesn't have a hammer. I need a
Just
hammer.
make your,
for
make
my
your
red
own
pig.
hammer.
Red
Come
pig.
on.
Look, I appreciate the fact that Road Pig in his second version has offensive weapons that are actually like effective. Because as cool as the sort of the Road Warrior-esque, like cinder block, the shield, the crossbow, like this makes, you know, his version 2 with the sort of double drum, like massive cannon. And then the other thing, which I think is a flamethrower, though it doesn't have any fuel supply. And it's got a scope, so weird. Anyway, whatever the hell it is, these are effective battlefield weapons that are going to take lives en masse.
He's actually going to be able
Making
to do
him-
something.
Yeah, making him a boss battle. He's that like guy who walks onto like the battlefield, which is already like this neo-apocalyptic wasteland, and he suddenly lays waste to everything even further with this massive double gun. Yeah, man. A threat, a real threat now. As opposed to just being a bruiser.
Oh, Sonic. What are they? Sonic Fighters.
Sonic Fighters. Sonic Super
Super
Sonic.
Sonic.
actually.
We had it so good. Like, I mean, I know like that's like the credo of everybody that's like in their 40s now and loves toys. We had it so good. But actually, as GI Joe fans, we really had it so good. And at the time, we didn't realize how good we actually had it with this stuff, because the Sonic Fighters are all one figures. I think the only one it's only 2 of them actually that are basically reprints, which is Rock and Roll and Road Pig, because they basically just repaints of the originals. The
And
Falcon.
Falcon.
Is Falcon, yeah. I wasn't sure about that, because I actually
half
I
of the
still don't
line, but the
I
other
still don't
half
have
they're
this
like-
Falcon. I really need him. Actually, I need to have a
You-
complete series of Sonic Fighters. Like,
You really do, Paul.
I
Get
need
on it,
Psych Out
boy.
and I need Road Pig, Psych Out, and Falcon from this line still.
Get him quick.
Because that Zap is fantastic. And like I know we go on about it a lot as well, but the Air Commando stuff, great toys. I mean,
Yes, so not only were we fighting the environment and sound, but we're taken to the air in
Take that, birds.
1991.
So, my delight with the Air Commandos and the Battlecopter pilots is the fact that we've got 6 brand new characters in a year that has so much, legacy
Or 5.5.
characters being.
Let's be fair.
Yeah, I suppose. Though I will say, Wildcard's head suits Major Altitude's character a lot better than the Wildcard. Like, it's such a tranquil head sculpt.
Yeah.
It's at odds with what Wildcard is, which is this force of absolute destruction. So, and Major Altitude's Wildcard reads like he's quite a pensive, stoic soldier. I mean, he, on the one hand, is a rescue chopper pilot, and on the other hand, like, he's a aircraft fuselage artist.
Wow.
Like, he's your kind of guy, Paul.
And he kind of looks like Paul too.
No, he doesn't.
If he had a moustache. Yep, that's Paul.
If I had his face, then yes, I suppose I would look like him.
He's got that lovely late 80s, early 90s flop top and like a very neat moustache, which I suppose would be within regulations back then. Yeah, dude, for a Franken-Joe, which I didn't know at the time. I didn't know he was a Franken-Joe, and he absolutely works.
Neither did I.
That big-ass helmet, which is also a reuse from Wildcard, makes sense to me first and foremost as Major Altitude's helmet, because he's got this open cockpit, like tiny battlecopter. You know, you're flapping in the breeze, and I think
a helmet.
you got the engine right behind your head. You need hearing protection,
Mm-hmm.
even more than you would need hearing protection if you were manning the, what did you call it, Paul? The Dick of Doom, the mean dog's gun.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And
And also we're
times.
more international here as well with SkyMate from Australia. So
Wagga, mate.
it's very much the international year. You know,
Wagga wagga.
Russians.
I got mine to hand.
Aliens.
My Sky made to hand.
I love SkyMate.
Me too.
I guess I was always fated to spend a portion of my life in Australia because I imprinted on this guy early. I loved him. I caught a whiff of a Rambo film and I was like, which Joe of mine comes with a bow and arrow? SkyMate.
SkyMate.
He must be like Rambo then. And
He's
from that
exactly
downwards, he
like
was like commando extraordinaire. Like strangling fools, taking a massive K-bar or Bowie knife or whatever the fuck knife Rambo uses. And also bow and arrow kills. Damn. So good.
Yeah, and he looks like Man-at-Arms from the He-Man movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the tash.
With the tash.
Oh, yeah, he kind of
does.
does actually. The kind of squareness to his face, yeah, and the way that kind of pulls down.
The song that sounds nothing like Superman and Star Wars combined. Anyway.
Absolutely.
A Golden Globus production.
No, we love 3D Joes, but man, Carson has cocked up the way he's supposed to hold his bow. Okay. The first image is
No hate,
obviously
no hate.
incorrect.
Just...
The second image on 3D Joes, if you would scroll down, just that is not the grip. The grip is on the other side.
You can't blame the man. This is into the 90s now. It was probably
I
late
will
at
never
night.
blame
He
the
was
man.
slapping the figures onto the thing. It was like, no one cares about the 90s. Let's just get this done.
Yeah, I fully appreciate that. I mean, 3D Joes represents a monumental pile of work that I've always wanted to ask Carson, like, what did it feel like when that last picture had been taken? And you were like, it is done.
Finished.
It's like I can drink again.
I mean, knowing that, man, he already had like 7 other projects either sort of starting or nearing completion. So I don't think the satisfaction of that really got to sink in because
It was more like,
that
okay,
man is busy.
Finish the one, move on to the next one. Fantastic.
But in
work.
any case, it is very amusing to me when I see something on 3D Joes that is clearly incorrect. And I'm like, we're all fallible. We all make mistakes.
So true.
It's-
Especially
it's-
us. We
it's-
make them all the time.
It's
Well,
a fun Easter egg.
So that's all the figures. So that's all the figures. There was also a mail-in version of Lifeline that year, but I mean that's just reissue.
Wifeline. Do you know where your wife is? Wifeline. Carry on.
Lifeline.
Wifeline.
High watermarks for
Yeah,
Night
overall.
Vulture. And I mean, people are going to be protesting the streets if I don't mention Interrogator
Thank
as like
you.
a goat, an all-time great that came as late as 1991.
Yeah, with that ball nuzzling torture device of his.
Coddling. Coddling is the word. True story. There's a road, a side street that comes off the main drag in Singapore of Orchard Street called Cuppage. And every time I hear the word cuppage, I'm just thinking of a little bit of
Interrogator.
a little bit of a little bit of that, a little bit of cupping.
Ridiculous. Wow. Okay, so Interrogator. I mean, there's
so
a
good.
mail away Lifeline, which would have been really cool if you really wanted to dip your toes into some vintage GI Joe. Even for back then, because Lifeline would have been quite vintage for a 90s kid to dip
Bro,
back into.
getting an action figure in a box of cereal? Are you kidding me?
That would have been
That would have
amazing.
blown me
Oh
away.
wait, we were lucky. We did at least experience some of that with Monster in My Pocket and some of the Star Wars stuff. We did get some toys, but nothing real.
But
Yes.
an actual GI Joe.
Like
Holy
an
shit!
actual
Was
G.I.
it,
Joe.
proper action figure. Yeah.
was it
we've-
inside the box, or did you have to send away for it? I think you had to send away.
I think for Lifeline, I think you had to send away. Yeah, it's a
Wow.
mail
Bloody
away.
hell! Because
So-
otherwise, people would have been ripping those boxes apart.
But we did
in
have
the
some
shops.
of. I mean, obviously not with a proper toy, but I remember, wasn't it with the release
Episode
of
1.
the prequels? Yeah, you would.
Yes,
They're
you-
the sort
you
of
could
like
get-
statuettes.
Yeah, in
With
the
a piece of
cereals.
paper in. Dude,
I've still got them.
Yeah,
My
same.
friend-
Somewhere. I think I
my
do.
friend Warren got. He was the first one out of all of us to get one of those.
Mm,
And who did he get? Boss Nass.
lucky man.
Yeah. So obviously, again, I want to remind listeners, there was no internet that was like easily accessible.
Mm-hmm.
There were no phones. There was none of this like, just being able to just look at something. And if you wanted to find out something about a movie that was coming out, you were
If
looking at
asked someone.
magazines in a newsstand, or you're buying said magazine. And usually the bastards would put those magazines in bags, in like baggies. Like Empire and
Information
Total
was
Film
not easy to get.
was not
yeah.
easy to get to, is what I'm getting at. But I also want to let people know what this story is. So when you open up your whatever the hell it was, Fruit Loops, and you get your Boss Nass, you're like, oh my word, who's Boss Nass? Oh, he's fucking nobody. Like-
He's the no.
What was the point of
he's
that story,
the
Paul?
leader of the Gungans.
Yeah, but we were all like, this is amazing. Who's this guy gonna be? Because they didn't really tell you too much. So you're like, oh, and then you saw
So you-
Boss Nass in the movie, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, you're hyped up no matter what you got.
You're like, I know
until
that guy's name.
until you find out who he was.
You son
Yeah.
know the Gungans?
Oh, ridiculous.
All right. Should we talk about the vehicles at all, or have we run out of
I
time?
feel we
on
need to
episode
save that for
391?
the vehicles of 91 episode.
We'll never
we
get
stay?
there until 491, Paul.
No, we'll get there beforehand. I know us. Somebody will.
All right. Let's just, in order to stop people from screaming at their radios,
Let's at least
What is your-
mention.
favorite vehicle from the year 1991?
Yeah, go
Oh,
Paul.
geez, pop quiz. Yeah. Ask me because I know all of the figures, the vehicles from 91 offhand.
They're not that
Like,
many.
Yeah, well, unless it's the Locust or the Hammer.
Neither were 1991 vehicles. Those were the previous year. So on screen, we've got the attack cruiser,
Oh,
the
now he's got
Badger,
a picture for us.
the
Oh, good.
battle wagon, the brawler, the ice saber, the paralyzer. Scroll for me, Robbie.
Scroll.
Scroll for me, Robbie. Scroll for me, Robbie. Scroll.
I am
scroll for me,
scrolling.
Robbie.
There's just lag.
The septic tank,
Yes.
and then you got the air commandos.
Air Commandos.
So
and the battle.
and the
There
battle
isn't
copters.
a lot. We'll ignore mail array reissues, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
So
I'll get the ball rolling and say that it's the Badger for me.
Yeah.
Because it was achievable. It was something that I pined at from the catalogs. I never got it as a child, so I pined uh, without the release, the sweet release
Yeah,
of
That's
like
what-
actually
being able to
getting.
get it.
So maybe that's why it became this kind of pie in the sky. But like something so appealing about a one man like all terrain vehicle, and
Yeah.
this little pocket rocket can actually like handle all sorts of terrain.
Yeah, this sort of guy could have been a character in his own little 8-bit video game, like
Mhm.
Tank from
Oh,
Blaster Master. He's so cool.
so cute.
I agree. I'm full there with Steve on this one. A Badger for me
I
as
like the
well.
fact that the top mounted turret is kind of ambiguous. I wish it had a longer barrel because that would also sell this angle. But the fact that it's got this like ammo feed coming off the side makes you think, okay, maybe the missiles could be like they don't have to be spring fired. The missiles just fire
Just-
off the sort of the roll bar, and the gun is a usable machine gun on top. So it's got a gun and missiles. Because I never liked a
Yes.
vehicle that only had missiles.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Do you guys-
need to have both?
And this had such an amazing
Cockpit?
product shot in the
Right.
yeah. Well, the cockpit is stunning for the figure, but I mean for the vehicle itself. But the promotional shots for this, the catalog shot was so cool. It was just like
Oh, the
beach sand,
catalog
like
was-
wet beach sand. These like little tracks from Little
Ooh.
Badger there, and it was so. I remember like that was very evocative for me, and I really wanted this like vehicle when I was a kid when I saw that. And I mean, I've got one now, thank you, Steve. So
Ooh.
mine's not replete with all of the weapons, but at least I've got the shell. You know, I just need
There you,
you
go.
know everything else.
So you
but-
replace those little
But
pieces.
it's a cool little toy.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Badger is a good choice.
Badger.
I don't know. I mean, of these, yeah, growing up, Stephen had the Ice Saber. I think that was the only one Stephen had from this year. Oh, wait, and the Septic Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
really-
love for the septic tank, boys? Like for my part, I didn't know this was a his tank. I was
Same.
very much older
Same.
when I discovered, hang on, it's a shared mold. What?
Yeah, same here. Same. And
Do you have a
also-
septic tank wall?
I do. I bought one locally, actually. Ross
Hmm.
from Articulated Collectibles, he had one, and I got it for quite a good price and a very minty specimen. I may add.
Oh, well done.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great fun. For me, probably the standout would be the Ice Saber because it is so different from everything else, and because you can use it for like, and we did use it for tons of stuff outside of GI Joe as well. It makes it for a very cool like sci-fi vehicle.
Ice Saber is one color deco away from being like some kind of desert vehicle. To be fair, in my eyes, and I do think, and I think this is fair to say, I think pound for pound on a technical level, the Ice Saber is actually the best vehicle for this year, in terms of
Yeah.
its technical.
Yeah,
what
I
it
mean, like
offers.
if you look at everything else, they're essentially like a little boxy four-wheelers, essentially. And they can kind of be not interchangeable, but yeah, like they're kind of like the Badger and the Battle Wagon are essentially the same thing. The Paralyzer can kind of go up on its tippy toes. Wow. The Attack Cruiser, you've essentially just packaged what Cobra Commander comes with separately, and it has its own wheels now.
Yeah.
The Brawler, I think we briefly discussed the Brawler recently in it.
Yeah, we may have said a few things.
Might have mentioned it a little bit. Yeah, I think the Brawler is pretty cool too. But yeah, in the end, it's like a lot of squares,
Yeah.
And the standout thing that is not a square would be the Ice Saber and the Septic Tank. But I mean, I suppose for most people, they would have recognized the Septic Tank as a reissue of his tank.
But not us.
Not us.
Because
we
we
still,
never had
we
his
still
tank.
had a great time enjoying it and
Yeah.
playing with it. But yeah, personally, I think that the Ice Saber is the winning vehicle for this year.
On it, purely technically, yeah.
Yeah.
I know you guys don't have much hands-on experience with it, but the Battle Wagon
True.
is wonderful.
Ooh.
Just a big, chonky, effectively like GI Joe's monster truck that has a multiple missile launcher, which is motorized. So it fires out all 10 missiles in rapid succession. It has plenty of other firepower options as well, though. It's got like a dual cannon beside the sort of tandem cockpit. So there's a front and back operator inside that mesh canopy, and it's got those dorsal guns which swing out. So lovely, lovely armaments. It has additional missiles that it carries in the side sort of saddles. You can get figures on the back. You can get figures on the sides with foot pegs. The turret obviously seats one. And something that people don't know, the turret slides out and there's a seat beneath it.
Mm.
What?
Yeah, little like control section, control node, or I don't know. You've got a hidden figure, like a command figure, calling the shots, like deep inside this kind of
It's
vehicle.
a fun little
cavity.
nook. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, you'd never have thought that. Just looking at pictures
Similar
of
to
it.
the Mean Dog, it has this sort of feature of the weapon being a standalone sort of emplacement. So the Mean Dog, the Maggot, it has that going for it, but I've never liked that feature because who's got the crane to then remount it? Or
Yeah.
how do you deploy it? Is it kind of like fire off on a like a jet nozzle and then land?
Get that out of here.
And that invites a problematic element because how does the guy get into that like control room
Mm,
without the turrets being removed? I suppose you can imagine there's a hatch of some kind that he's creeping
Yeah.
into. Like there's sculpting detail on the back, which makes it look like there's a hatchway. So that I buy that. But you know, it's a tasty, like deep green. So while
Yeah,
it has
looking at
those flourishes of
pictures.
orange
Mm,
and blue, like that's just the Rockstar 1991 speaking. Like the
Mm.
base vehicle is a very tasty color. It wouldn't take
yeah.
much to mod this if the colors offend you, which they don't. I think this is right for its time. And the tires are big and chunky. I think it has just one forward gear.
Mm.
So you flick it on and it's bulleting. It
Mm.
can climb amazing amounts of terrain. Like it is GI Joe's best, ironically, best motorized vehicle in terms of what it can handle because it is so high off the ground and has such big tires. Like eat my dust, Mauler and Mobat. This is the true king of GI Joe battery powered vehicles. I can't speak to the RC Crossfire, but that's something else. A remote control vehicle that stops being a toy. That is an RC vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah. It's also a squashed APC. Don't know if you guys can see it, but from Alien, it's actually the
It
APC.
can
Like,
be, yeah.
yeah, it's got it takes
An
a lot of
angled front.
design cues from the APC.
It's
Also,
just so chibi. You said the
yeah.
Badger looks like it could be in an 8-bit video game. I see you and I raise you. This thing, the
This.
Battle Wagon is
100%, yeah.
it's a gorgeous design for
Well,
its
you can
time.
always upgrade in the game. You know what I mean, like to the battle
Yes.
wagon. But,
Power up.
Also,
And
that's
a feature that I only completed last year.
Oh, yeah?
It's got a spooled out a rope winch. Like the front
Oh,
end
cool.
has a
What?
I forget about that.
practical
Yeah.
winch. Yeah.
That's crazy cool.
And that number 6 on it is very evocative of the numbering on the MCC.
Hmm.
I don't think the relation's meant to be there other than it just being like how they try to like solidify
Just
GI
to
Joe's numbering.
stylize those numbers, yeah.
But it's got a very like that 6. The shape of it just reminds me very much of the MCC.
Hmm.
So when you see it
Just
on the
reminds
flat,
me of
yeah,
reminds me of Dig Dug. Like you could dig out a tunnel like that.
it also reminds me a lot of the Mega Marines. Like when you look at this
Okay.
vehicle as well, it's got a very
Yeah, so I guess we have to wait for 1993 before we can talk about Mega Marines, but at least, they're kind of seeding the base for it. Like, they're kind of getting you ready for what's to come. 1991.
And then just a quick one, guys, because I'm sure we can actually have a whole episode on this, but maybe it's worth just quickly jumping into now as we like walk out the door and say thank you to our awesome Patreons and so forth. What was your favorite like accessory or battle feature from this year? Never mind, just like
Word.
from the entry Eco Warriors, Sonic Fighters, whatever. What is like out of all of them? What do you think is your favorite like feature?
Feature?
Yeah.
My goodness, there's too many to choose from. I think just the fact that you can throw your figures into the air is pretty cool. I think that's a great feature.
Air
can kinda, like,
Commandos.
You like the Air Commandos?
Flick those things out there and hope your toy doesn't break.
Oh, it definitely takes a certain technique. I didn't have it, but my very sporty friend Lyle did. So we climbed to the top of the slide in
Mm.
the play park, and he let his sky creeper fly, and it went very far. I was like, "Wow, that's amazing!" I tried to achieve the same with my sky mate, and he just like nose planted. So
Well,
it can be a very frustrating. It can be a rewarding toy pattern or a very frustrating one, depending on your own. I don't know
Either way, Skymate dies.
technique. Sadly.
we certainly
Oh.
tried that too a couple of years ago as well. If anyone here remembers watching that video, comment below if you remember me and Stephen attempting to throw these things.
Yeah, but to add to what Rob is saying now, like there are so many great things to choose from here in this year, in terms of like accessories and play features and all that. You really are spoiled, and maybe this is one of the best representations for play features
They're
in
not
GI Joe.
overdoing it yet. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Some of them have come with rocket launchers, spring-fired things. They're trying different things, but they're not pushing it onto you yet, I feel.
Yeah, and like but Hawk's backpack, jetpack, and all that together will be, and for a very long time has always been, like one of the best toy features ever for me. Play features in a toy, and even
neat.
old Snow Serpent like snowboard backpack, snowboard sliding in feature. And I'm gonna stop myself now because I know I'm gonna carry on talking about all of the cool features.
So true.
Steve, is there anyone that you wanted to jump in or add in before we say thanks to the Patreons?
Well, I'm
Or
going to stop
Patreon
short of
members?
that because I feel like I've said my piece about 1991 enough. I'm going to
Fair
flip
enough.
back 1 year and a week. So talking about this 1990 series, and this time last week, something pinged on my eBay, a
Ooh.
price drop. An item that I had been looking at had dropped from 150 Oz dollars, that's about 100 US, to 15.
What?
15.
1-5.
1-5.
A
Jeez.
90% off. They just wanted this thing gone.
That's insane.
Clearly.
And you're like, Bart.
Winga Wanga.
So I
Something
got
else.
myself an incomplete.
Oh my god. It's a hammerhead.
It's a hammerhead.
It's a
the
Cobra
base
hammerhead.
vehicle,
There's different
but there's
colors.
some different colors. What could that mean? I took to Facebook, the sort of the biggest GI Joe group on Facebook, the 1982 to 1994 ARR group, and like I was like, "Hey guys, what am I looking at here?" And people were quick to jump in. "Oh, this Cobra hammerhead, dude. It's missing a lot. It's gonna be very expensive to complete." I'm like, I know that doofus. Like, okay, then I edited the post to say, why are the guns lurid green? Why is the missile stem green? Why is the spoiler green? Why are the stickers these weird, like, paper stickers?
That's strange.
And bless his cotton socks, Snowcat Ron, I should have just come to him initially. He set me on the right path and told me this is possibly the Brazilian release. And True's Bob,
fascinating.
beneath Hasbro Pawtucket in the stamp is the Estrella wording.
So you have
So
this
this
Very
is
cool.
I have a Brazilian hammerhead found for $15 at a shop in Australia.
That's wild. And
what a wonderful story.
That group
Magic.
is it's going to be even more difficult for you to replace all the parts that are missing, actually.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
wanted to go
I've
for
kind
a
of
spare-
If you want it to be authentically Australia.
I'm okay with this just being the base vehicle because why? Because the Hammerhead has always been a strange, trying to have its cake and eat it and still have cake vehicle for me. Hell of a fun, but the base vehicle having all of those subs hanging off of it really hurts the base vehicle's function. Decimator, the driver, who I regard as a single character and not a troop builder, is billed as a guy who has quick reflexes, and he has to because he's on a flat beach moving in a high-speed vehicle. You ain't going to be in a high-speed vehicle if you've got all this extra weight. What he's essentially doing is he is piloting this, the base vehicle. The other stuff, the Hammerhead in that respect is a very singular purpose. It's literally just the mothership for deploying these patrol crafts. But when you're left with this thing, it's an amphibious vehicle, but it is also an anti-aircraft, SAM site, basically, with 4 surface-to-air missiles. It has a decompression chamber, which is a very kind of compassionate thing for Cobra to deal with cobra divers that are like having decompression sickness.
Get the
And it's got
bangs.
these 4 bow laser guns. This
That's
thing
a
is so
Radiohead album.
freaking
Oh, sorry.
fast. They see fit to give it a spoiler. That's the kind of speed that this thing is. This thing, Bugatti Veyron over here.
And that's off road as well, by the way. Because I mean,
In the sand,
you expect
yeah.
it to
Freaking
go
rally
across
car,
the
bro. Looks like a rally
Six-wheeler.
car.
That's a crazy
So-
find. Yeah.
It's great, man. But I will say this much about the Australia release. Like, I really wanted to play with this in water and give it to Elliot to play with in water. But even like a modest cleaning of it, I dripped some water on these crappy like paper stickers, and that's a no-go. I was gonna just rip them off and start fresh with like Cobra hacks or toy hacks, but some of the value to me and the uniqueness to me are these crappy paper stickers. So now I'm committed to keeping them. So yeah, like you can't get replacement stickers that are the authentic Estrella style. So if I was to pull them off, this would become a weird hybrid of like Estrella green sort of accents, but then Hasbro original stickers. So
Yeah.
I'm stuck with it. But yeah, it's fun. It's good to have this toy in my hand again.
That's a
Because
good toy, dude.
If
Thank
you
you for
know
that.
me, you know that the love for the Hammerhead runs deep. So it's
As
good to have
deep as
one
the
with me in Australia.
ocean. As
Made
deep.
even worse by look who's talking too, damn it.
Oh. Or you'll
His
get your
love-
Hammerhead one day.
One day.
Stephen loves the bug as much as our Patreons love us, and our
Yes.
wonderful GI Joburg Berg Force members on YouTube love us, and we love you too for supporting us, for keeping, as we always say, the lights on. It definitely does help a lot, and it always brings a smile to our face when we see that check at the end of the month. We're like, ooh, I'm getting me a coffee.
Well, yep. The $15 of ad revenue that GI Joburg made this month.
There we go.
This is where it went.
But yeah, definitely we jokers. But yeah, we love every single one of you. And yeah, all our viewers, all our listeners. And yeah, thank you for joining us again for GI Joburg episode 391. That's 391 episodes you guys have joined us for. Incredible. Tell us how much you love us in the comments and how much, yeah. You're going to miss
Berg.
that.
Yeah, go and grab your 90s toys, guys, and go and play with them. Think
Yeah.
of us, or listen to this podcast well, get somebody else to listen to this podcast while playing
Yeah,
with your 90s
listen
toys.
to this podcast while playing with yourself.
Too
Do it.
late to tell you to do that now. So anyway, catch you on the next one, guys,
Well-
and don't miss us too much
Please
for this
don't.
week.
Or do.
We'll do. Berg.
Berg.